What's up guys, it's Elektron, and today I'm going to show you how to make big powerful beats like San Holo or Avicii or any of the other big guys like Marshmello and all the future bass guys and all the house guys. We won't be making a house beat today. We will be making a future bass style beat or a beat that aligns well with trap, so you can use this rhythm that I'm about to make in any trap song. And doing this video because one of my newest students named Guillermo is having a little bit of trouble with beats. He's having a little bit of trouble with sound selection and finding good samples to make good powerful beats. And really the key to making a powerful beat is acquiring good powerful samples. It's the only thing that it's about, is you have to find samples that really work well. So I always recommend to all my students, when you're making drums, when you're getting into making drums, get a splice.com account, especially if you're in the genre of EDM or any of the subgenres of EDM or even pop. Pop is a really good genre to use in conjunction with Splice. House music, Splice is perfect. Future bass, Splice is perfect. If you're making hip hop beats, Splice is catching up to hip hop, but you're still probably better off acquiring good popular sample packs off of different websites. That's probably the route to go with hip hop beats. But let's go ahead and make a beat, and I'm going to show you how to make nice powerful beats. So when you're making nice powerful beats, you have to remember the three main layers, which is the kick, snare / clap, and hi-hats. You want to dominate those three layers, and then we're going to make extra layers that enhance each one of those layers. So my kick is going to get a little accent layer of some kind of percussion. My snare is going to get an accent layer of something that makes it pop more. My hi-hat layer is going to get an accent of something that makes it more powerful. So let's go ahead and drop it in. This is Splice. When you get a splice.com account, it's only like $6 a month. It's real cheap, and you get all the downloads you could ever need. I don't even use all my downloads, but it's so worth it. You just download anything you want, and you can like make some crazy stuff. Alright, let's use this. This is a big kick. Oh wait, that's a bounce kick. I want a future bass kick, not a bounce kick. See, that's like a 6 snare. This is a house kick here. See this? You wouldn't want to use a kick that sounds like that in a future bass beat or a trap beat. Singular sounds I love. I don't like this kick, but it'll get me started. I'm thinking I'm gonna edit this kick a little bit. Sorry guys. Sorry we can't just get right to the madness. Hold on. There we go. And so this one, it's a little high up. Oh, nice. There we go. So I'm probably going to tank this a little bit down here, even though it looks like they already EQ'd this midsection out. I'm just going to do a little bit more EQing. This is it's a little higher. I'm like getting more tone up here. I want more of a deeper kick. Alright, so let's go ahead and try that. Press that down a little bit too. Jesus. Maybe I just didn't like the kick. Like, look at all the EQing. That's a sign. Maybe I didn't like it. After all. Alright, when I'm making a kick line, obviously you want to get your BPM like nice and set. You want to get a good BPM that aligns well with your genre. That's always first. And I didn't talk about that, but that's always first. Nope. I want to throw an extra hit in like that. And then jazzy up this down here. Oh wait, that can't go there. What am I thinking? That's right here. So like the snare is gonna go there. So when you're building a beat, your snare can go one of two places. If you look at a bar in length, your snare is either going to go here on the quarter beats, or it's going to go in the middle, whatever aligns best with your BPM. So at this BPM, I feel, well, I know because I've done this plenty of times, but you could test this. On the quarter beats, if I put my snare on those quarter beats, it's going to be a little too fast. Your snare describes the pace of your beat. So if your snare is too fast, it describes the pace of your song. If your snare is too fast, then your song's going to be moving too fast and people's like heads are going to explode. So you want to get the pace of your snare really like dead on perfect. So I'm going to make a snare referencing San Holo's Lift Me From the Ground. And I'll show you how I'm going to do this. So there's two parts to this snare. There's the low end, the 200 hertz range of this snare, and then the crash. These are some nice funk snares I just downloaded. Not looking for that. I'm not in the market right now for a funk snare. See, that's cool, but then like that's all I get to do. I don't get to layer it or anything. I just throw that in and it's game over. Even though it's a cool big snare. Don Diablo. Please give me a snare. Oh. I can use this one. And I'm going to show you why. So like this isn't, it sounds like a dubstep snare, but I'm going to alter the sound of it with some clever layering. I was just listening to an old Flux Pavilion song. It kind of sounds like it. This snare reminds me of it. Puts me in that spot. So I wanted to layer this one with this, still one of my favorite snares in the world. It's like, how can you not like that? It's an absolute dominator. I don't even know what Sophie is. I think it's an artist. And then I'm gonna throw, damn, that is fat. That's like fatter than the kick. When your snare to kick ratio is uneven, sometimes you get an uneven balance in your beat, and it like knocks everything off. See this? Ready? Watch this. Watch this. San Holo does this a lot. Let me hit this one. You cap your snare. Like this is like putting a hat on your snare. And it gives it like nice character too. Throw a bunch of Verb. I heard another kid on SoundCloud. he caps his snares with interesting accents, and he was like really good. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta start doing that. What if I took this out? Nah, it loses like everything it's good for. We gotta shorten this decay up a little bit. Damn. So now we're gonna accent that kick just to make it stand with that snare a little bit better. Snares sound a little big, but let's just work with it for now. This is one of my favorite hi-hats. Ooh. So let's go with this. So depending on the drop, you may or may not use hi-hats straight away. Sometimes hi-hats can get in the way of your lead if you have some insane lead. But this is a beat making video, not a lead making video. So we're really gonna spice this beat up. So this future bass, it doesn't get like hip hoppy when it comes to hi-hats, so you want to draw that line in somewhere when it comes to making your beats. Like, see, like right here, if I did another stutter, it would just be like a hip hop beat. But you don't want to hip hop your beats if it's, I know like I always thought future bass aligned really well with hip hop. I always had this like opinion that future bass evolved from hip hop, but it is not hip hop. And sometimes like when you go crazy with your hi-hats, it starts to sound like hip hop. So I try to avoid doing that, and just EDM it. So like if I wanted an extra stutter here, maybe I'll just do a different hi-hat. So like we'll get some weird, oh, I have this sound that I think would work. And right now, wait, before we go into that, I want you to look at something. We got 3 layers here. And this is something I teach my students who are learning to build beats. We have 3 layers of beats, or 3 layers of drums. And these are your dominator drums. These are like the ones you really want to concentrate on when you're building a beat, because they're the ones that matter. Everything else we add does matter, but not as important. Like this is going to drive our song. We have a layer of hi-hat, snare, and kick. They're the 3 drums that you're going to have in most of your songs. Some sections of your songs, beats aren't going to have hi-hats, but they're always going to have kick and snare as long as you're dropping the drums in that section. So then what we do is we try to accent each of these layers. So we're going to accent our snare with something, even though we kind of already did. So I'm going to have to think about that one, because we kind of did. We have 3 layers of snares, but look, our kick's like, it's kind of lonely. And then our hi-hat is kind of lonely. So we have to get some layers in here. So what I'm going to do is I have this nice loop here. How do you get the thing to come out over here? Lift me from the ground. How do we get the, where's the thing that, you know? No. No. I want the, there we go. So let's go loops. Get that out of there. Right here. Oh, that didn't work the way I wanted it to, but this is what I wanted. This little click thing. And so what you could do with this now is we can throw some curveballs in there to our hi-hat line. And this is cool because it makes you sound like you know what you're doing when you do really cool tricks like this. Let's just get rid of that. Whoa. Damn, this snare is hurting my ears, dog. We got that there, and that there, and that there. So now we got so I'm gonna layer this extra layer with the hi-hat. Oh, that's why it was sounding offbeat, because it was. Let me throw this here. You do something like that and it just makes you sound like all around a cooler person. Throw this down at the end here. And we could do some opens now. So when you're doing drums, I like to tell people to over add and then take away later. So whatever you don't need later, you determine that later. But add everything in there now because you don't know what you're going to land on that sounds good. Like, who knows? This hi-hat could be the driver of everything. This open hi-hat that I'm about to add. See, something like this would be a cool little accent. See, just an idea. But you want to throw this down because you don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep that. I kind of like the sound of it. I want something like it's like kind of like a crashy hi-hat. I like this one. This one's cool. See, like, this is what I'm going for. We could try that, or we could go double time, like this. This one would probably be better off like that. Hi-hats, I like to spread them. I learned this from Nicky Romero. He's like an expert at mixing. Like that. And finally, maybe finally, I don't know. I would like to add an effect to this, but let's go ahead and add something to this kick. This is just this is something that, what the hell? What is going on here? Look at that. I'm trying to type kick and it's not working. So let's try it again. There we go. Ooh. Yo, word? Where did I get that? That was a nice kick. Anyway, I want to take this one and fill out the low end of this kick. Maybe I can get a cool sound. Who knows? So the point of this layer is to increase what we have going on down low of this kick. Overall, I wasn't satisfied with how low it was, but then again, you don't want to overlow your kick because then you're going to fight the bass line. So let's go ahead and try this with what we got going on. So hold on. Alright, so this has some high frequencies that I don't like, so I'm just gonna take them out. Alright, now watch this. I want to show you how to really emphasize a kick, like everything that a kick's good for. You go to the distortion and add overdrive to it. Isn't that nuts? And then one more thing that we could do, and this is just like you're experimenting at this point. You're not, everything doesn't have to be perfect, so really try to do interesting things. I like to do this. See how it like adds that stuff. So this, let me see what happens if I cut this. I may or may not like what the result is, but it doesn't matter. We don't need everything to be correct right now. Bang, that's a big kick. Only thing that's kind of annoying is the snare sounds like a gunshot, and it's as loud as one too. So maybe we can fix that later. But there's still, I need some noise going on in the background. So like right here, let's freaking, nah, I really don't want to emphasize that snare any more than it is. I want some kind of crash on the attack of this drop. Oh, isn't that insane? Like, I made a whole song with that. Oh, that's like a really cool sound. So like we can do that. Accents, guys. It's all about the accents. Alright, I'm gonna take that. Not really sure what it is, but we can add some reverb to this. I'm gonna use Vintage Valhalla Reverb. Now what Vintage Valhalla Reverb is a really thick, heavy reverb. It's a lot thicker than the reverbs built into Logic, and that's what I like, why I like it. But that doesn't mean you need it for everything. So like I wouldn't use this reverb on vocals. Holy damn. Alright, so we got that there. It's an awkward sound, but I'm thinking maybe we can put some sort of crash like this coupled with it. Anytime you can couple a weird ambient like that with a high frequency sound, it's going to enhance it. And then maybe on this part right here, we can add something else to really keep the energy going. So like something like this, just flash this. And like people won't hear this when we have all of our instruments going here. And right there, you got a pretty powerful drum beat. But I would really, to make this sound like gold, I would just spend too much time on it, because I know sometimes when you're making drum beats, you really hit this point where you're like, okay, this drum beat is done. There's nothing else I can add to this to make it powerful. Now it's all about, let's get the synths going and the basses going. We got to make those sound good. But this is a powerful drum beat, and I want you to remember something from this video. You're gonna if you're gonna take something from this video, remember this. You have 3 dominant layers, which is your kick, snare, and hi-hat. And then your goal as an electronic music producer, or any producer for that matter, is to make those layers sound as good as they possibly can. Sometimes you don't even have to layer them, but if you're in a bigger genre that needs a lot of TLC like EDM, go ahead and layer the hell out of your drums and make them sound interesting and big and accented and cared for. But yeah, guys, I hope you were able to take something from this video. If you were, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit me up if you would like my help personally at alexromsound.com. Peace out, guys.